Hi guys, I'm George Perez with Porsche Riverside and I'm here to review the all-new 2020 911 for you. So starting with the front, I know it looks fairly similar. That's again that Porsche DNA coming strong through, but you do have tiny little changes in the front end. As you can see, the bumper and the fenders are redesigned, so you can actually see the big difference here by the headlights. The hood also, as you can see, I popped it, is also reshaped, so it comes in a lot more on the narrow side. And then right through the center, Porsche actually put a little section right here. This is called the driver's assistance section. So this is where all of your features and gadgets and gizmos will go. As you can see, we have adaptive cruise control, so that front camera is there. You do have active cooling flaps now in the 992 here. This basically redirects air and cools down your brakes, your tires, and then also the car a lot quicker. You do have LED headlights as standard now. They do come with the matrix design or this 4-point design, which is really nice. As you can see on the front fenders, there's a really big difference here. For the 911S and 4S, wide body is standard. So as you can see, these front fenders are really aggressive. It's almost very indicative of the GT3 RS, kind of that big flared out design, which really makes these wheels pop. Now, there is a big difference as far as for the stance and the way the body looks. You do have your parking sensors in the front bumper, and the nose is also a little bit elongated. So with the 992 generation, 20-inch and 21-inch tires are rims are standard now. So you do have this staggered setup. You have 20 inches in the front, 21s in the rear, and that really makes this wide body pop. Like I said, front fenders are flared, and then you also have this aggressive rear end, which also is about 70 inches wide. And with the door handle, with this new sleek design, if you have the key in your pocket, you just hover right here and the door handle will stick out. As you can see there, you just go ahead and pull this, open the door, and when you're ready to lock, all you do is hover right over and it locks right up. The mirrors are redesigned, so they are a little bit sleeker. This is the standard mirror, but you can opt for a sport design kit, which makes this bottom end painted. And then coming towards the rear end, you do have your rock guards here. So in case you've ever wondered what those are for, it's just protective film to cover in case rocks hit this big wide body. 21s in the rear, so as you can see, it really fills in this gap. Now, this used to be on the GT3s and GT3 RSs, but they did put it into the everyday street cars. It overall improves handling, it makes the ride a lot nicer, and then it makes turn-in so much easier. From driving this car, even in everyday situations, it's really been a pleasure to drive. So here's the highlight of the 992 is the rear end. So as you can see, this really draws in that wide body look. You have these aggressive rear fenders here, and it really tucks in this 305 really nice. Remember, 21-inch wheel in the rear. You do have this 3D design tail light. This is something they're trying to do across the whole Porsche board. So you have this LED strip that goes side to side, which really ties in all of the Porsche vehicles. Now, something that's kind of like a little hidden Easter egg is, do you see these little lines in the tail lights? So this is going back to the 930 Turbo when it had the accordion rear bumper. It had those crash bars, and this is part of those key elements. Now, if you're a Porsche fan, that's awesome. They're bringing back the heritage even from all the way back in the 1980s. But if you're a new Porsche customer, what this helps you is, this shows you that Porsche has invested so much time into making everything they've done better. And this is, I mean, bread and butter and compared to everything they've done in the past. You have all this technology in the rear parking sensors. You have this new diffuser in the rear. This shows you it's a turbocharged engine. This is extra cooling for the turbochargers. You have your deflectors here, and then your sport exhaust system. Now, contrary to most brands, sport exhaust for us means you get one single tailpipe on each side instead of the two. If you don't get sport exhaust system, which is standard, you do get the two tailpipes here, which look very nice. They also changed the license plate to be in between right here in the back. And then you have your beautiful model designation here. All of these emblems are also very 3D too. They're made to be able to touch and don't have that very standard housing that used to come in the back. Now they also redesigned this intake, so they did add a third braking light here and also allowed more airflow. This all ties in with the bigger rear wing. As you can see, instead of just being back here, it now extends to the side. There's actually a different couple of ways. In wet mode, it comes up at a certain angle. It comes in at a certain angle if you're kind of like in eco mode or just driving around for fuel efficiency. And then you have your sport mode where the wing really comes up. That's for extra downforce, and with the engine already back here, that's just gonna plant the rear end even more for you to have a lot more fun. So here we are, guys, in the funnest part of all, and wow, I mean, you ask yourself the question, how do they make this better as the generations move? And it's astounding. The displays, the ease of use to get around the climate control and the driver screens are really easy. You have these switches here, so your volume on the left, you have your switches on the right, so you can go through the menus, or you can just do a simple touch. You do have a new wet mode, so in case it is a rainy day, you have extra stability, which is really nice. And as far as for the overall feel of the car, you definitely feel a major difference. This is the Carrera S that we're driving, and it really feels GT-esque as far as power and performance. It's just light years away, you know, from what anybody else is doing, and the ease of where your eyes are in this is really nice. You have your two 7-inch displays on the left and the right here. You have your analog RPM tack in the center. And then the steering wheel also got a little bit redesigned too, and makes the switches and the ease of use also a lot easier. This little switch here is what takes you from screen to screen. So if I want to bounce to my left and change my adaptive cruise control settings, my displays, all of that I can move, and then I click this button on the right, and then I can move my displays here on the right, so I can see my tire pressure, my navigation, tons of neat info there, and everything just looks so nice and crisp, which is really good. Paddle shifters feel nice. The shifter, you do hear mixed reviews about this, but it's one of those things you use twice, once when you get in and once when you get out. And the manual mode is very nice. It really allows you to kind of customize your driving experience, and hearing that sport exhaust in the back is just money. So you might be asking yourself, George, I don't need a performance car every day. Why should I get a 992? I'll tell you why. This has everything you need in the car. Look, on a bumpy road, perfect stability, and I'm in the sport mode. As far as your driver's assistance, you have tons of stuff on here. Front and rear parking sensors, backup camera. You do have the option for a surround view, and this car has cruise control with the adaptive cruise control feature. So not only do I get adaptive cruise control, which is awesome to have in California, but you get active safe with that, which turns on and off all of your features. You have accident avoidance in this vehicle, lane change assist for my blind spot alerts, and then you also have lane keep assist. So if it feels me veer out of the lane for just a second, it'll nudge me back in the center and always let me know down here which lane I'm getting crossed up. So not only do you feel like you're driving something that's a lot more fun than most cars, but you feel super safe, you feel super stable, and it's really a nice car to just get in every day, drive around, take it back and forth, and you don't really have to do much to it. I mean, everything is at the touch of a button. You feel nice and comfortable. The assist systems, besides the safety stuff, is also easy to turn on and off in case you don't like them. You have SOS here at the top. So if the car detects accident, it'll automatically call you or use your phone to call 911. Or you can also click this button in case you have any incidents. This will also get you roadside assistance in case you have a flat tire. And don't forget, when you buy a new Porsche, you get that for 3 years. 1-800-PORSCHE will take care of all your problems. So here we are in the interior, and this has been completely changed too. It looks completely different than the last generation, but still has those key features that you really like. Everything on the interior is really nice to the touch. Very comfortable armrest, and also the grab handle here. They added a water bottle pocket here, so if you can see, this is actually recessed into the door panel. And then you have your Bose audio speaker here. You also have this compartment here right behind it. And then on the window switches, you have your mirror adjustments, and then also your folding in mirrors. You still have your memory seating here, your new door handle, and then obviously your ignition and lights are here on the left side. Now, where they did really clean it up is in the steering wheel, the panel and display, and then also the center console. So basically here you have your volume, You have your two 7-inch digital displays, and this button here is the one that takes you from side to side. So if I want to work on the left screen, I press the button, and then I use the scroll and I can kind of go through the different things. This one has adaptive cruise control. It shows me my speed limit. If you are in a school zone, it will tell you 25 miles an hour school zone, so that is a nice safety feature. And then you have these two speed limits. Speed limits you can set, so in case you're cruising on the freeway, you can set it to 70, and that way you know when you're up to speed and you don't go excessively over. Going down, you also have your current position, which is really nice. And then I click the button and I can move to the right side. Navigation is standard, Apple CarPlay is standard. You also have a G-force meter, tire info. You have your vehicle, which is completely customizable here. If you want to add boost pressure, a compass, that's all able to be changed on the fly. You can also see your gas mileage, and then on the right hand side you can see your fuel economy as well as your temperatures. They did want to keep this center analog dial. Now this is part of that Porsche DNA once again. So it is analog, not a screen, but in the center you do have a little electronic display that shows you your mile an hour. Paddle shifters feel really nice to the touch. You do have your call accept and on the steering wheel. And part of Porsche's driver program is with Porsche Connect is it basically will customize the interior to you. So when you get in the car, it'll be all of your settings. And when your spouse, brother, sister, son, daughter get into the car, it'll be their settings saved on. So you're not constantly fighting back and forth. On the display, these two dials are what controls it. You have your volume and skip songs here, and this little dial will take you through your screen. You can also touch it if you like. You have navigation, media, Sirius XM, you have Bluetooth, and then you also have your different driving modes. So you do have your sport exhaust system, your spoiler controls, your chassis, and then that new wet mode, normal and sport as standard. Do have sport chrono as an option, which goes here, and then you do have your climate adjustment. All of this, like I said, is really, really nice and cleaned up. 8-speed PDK, which is new for the 911. They went ahead and added a gear. Basically, it makes everything a lot smoother for everyday driving, as well as giving you an extra gear for performance. That way you can hit top speed faster. You have this new shifter, which is getting some mixed reviews. My opinion of it, and I'm a kind of a Porsche purist. I like a manual transmission. I like a shifter that moves, but this is very, very nice. It actually has really good response. You do have this here for touch, so it kind of holds you and you don't slip off of it. And really you're only using it once or twice usually. And then you have your park and your manual here. Personally, I've been using manual mode myself, and it's really, really nice and has great response. But leaving it in drive is really, really nice. You don't miss too much the shifter here, and it really cleans up the display and gets it ready for that manual transmission that should be coming pretty soon. So your navigation menu is bigger now. So this is a 10.9-inch display, and in your navigation you can add your destination here, points of interest, so in case you like going to destinations very often, and then also your recents and your favorites. Favorites are really easy to program. You'll just hit the star whenever you pick a destination. Down in the media section you have your radio. So you have Sirius XM, FM, Bluetooth, and then you also have Apple CarPlay. Apple CarPlay is very, very nice to use. And here on the steering wheel, if you hold down this button, one click is for Porsche voice control. If you have Apple CarPlay connected, you press and hold and you get Siri. So it's really nice while you're driving just to hit a button, ask Siri to take you to the nearest gas station, and that way you can fuel up without having to put your hands on your phone. Down in the car settings is really in depth where you can get with your settings. In the control section is where you can do most of your customization. In vehicle, you can change different features for locking, seat settings. Your garage door openers can be programmed here. They're very easy to use and offers a new home link system, which is brand new for the 2020 911. You can also change your instrument clusters. So remember I said you can customize them. So you go here, and then in here you can really get into the customization of your 992. System settings too are nice to touch on if you want to look through them, but the nicest part is in the vehicle you also get your owner's manual. So in case you don't have the written script, you can definitely use that to give you all of your features right at the touch of a button. So now for the drive selections. You can get Sport Chrono here, but you do have your buttons here as well. So wet mode, sport, your hazards, traction control, and your chassis. These are also really nice to the touch and very responsive. I very much enjoy them actually, and they're nice that they're really at the straight of your arm. So you can keep looking straight and just kind of touch them. This is the standard silver Diamar trim, which is really, really nice. And then down here you have your sunroof controls, or if you get a cab, this is your cabriolet controls. Heated and ventilated seats, and then the cup holder here. Now, they did change a couple of things with the cup holder. So this is the standard cup holder, or you can opt for the smoking package. Essentially, this gets you an ashtray that goes here, and you have your parking brake right below that. You do have another cup holder here on the passenger side, and remember, you get the two new water bottle holders in the door pockets. So although it looks like they deleted the ones that were in the dash, they definitely redesigned them to give you that feel still. Again, SOS is up top here, your map lights, and then in this one you have your beautiful sunroof here. Thank you guys so much again for watching this video. If you want to see more videos like this 992 video, make sure to like and subscribe below, and hit that little notification button to make sure you're on top of every single little release. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.